third place championship in Class 1A. It was St. Mary's of Storm Lake it was Guthrie Center over NU High of Cedar Falls 59-47. In the 2A consolation championship, Prairie City Monroe defeated North Cedar of Stanwood 60-54. This afternoon in the Class 4A semifinals, Des Moines Hoover advanced to the championship game with a last-second thriller 49-47 over Ankeny. They'll take on Linn-Mar of Marion, who defeated Iowa City West 63-49. Tonight, the Class 1A champion has been crowned, and it is St. Mary's of Storm Lake. They rolled past Danville tonight 74-59. The Class 2A title game is underway as we speak. West Fork right now ahead as they near the first half mark over Western Christian of Hall. That is the Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Scoreboard Update.
Thank you very much, Tony and Senny. We're also brought to you by Burger King, home of the King, with 20 locations to serve you in Altoona, Ankeny, Carroll, Des Moines, Fort Dodge, Marshalltown, Newton, Perry, and Stewart. Stop by before or after the game. And, of course, wear your high school gear or show your student ID and get 20% off your bill. And if you're in town tonight and tomorrow for the state championships, 3A, 4A, and the consolation games, and you're walking the Skywalk, get down to the Walnut location. They're open tomorrow from 7 until 4 o'clock. That's the Burger King right down there in downtown Des Moines as you're walking the Skywalk. Now let's shift gears. We just had the Class 4A state champs, the Des Moines East Scarlet Girls, in the studio. Had a lot of fun there. Now let's talk to Patrick Miller, the OA BCIG Falcons girls head coach. Congratulations, Coach, and thanks for taking time to join us on Friday Night Live.
Well, thanks, and it's always a pleasure.
Well, it's been a long ride, and really we just talked to the Des Moines East girls, and really your ride much the same. Last year, the girls walked away kind of disappointed because they didn't win a state championship, and their goal before the start of the season was to raise that championship trophy, and they did that. It was an outstanding tournament by your OA BCIG Falcon girls. Again, congratulations on my behalf, but let's talk about our Iowa Sports Connection Class 2A Player of the Year, and that's Jessie Pauley. A lot of people hadn't seen her play around the central Iowa area. An impressive showing at the state tournament.
Yeah, she really did. She was down there as a sophomore last year and didn't play particularly well. She shot the ball poorly in both games, actually, and I think she went down there with just a little more fire and just a little more confidence as far as being a year older, and she played AAU basketball with some of those Des Moines East kids. I know that, or at least in the same program, and I think that helped her a lot. She got a little bit stronger. She got a little bit quicker over the year. I think she slimmed down a little bit, which helped her speed and her vertical leap, too. So, she worked pretty hard, both athletically and with her skills to become a better player, and part of that was probably some incentive that she didn't do so well last year as a sophomore down there.
Now, it's not just about the state tournament, but the experience. And I thought your young ladies, and I know yourself, you were out there quite a bit enjoying the whole atmosphere of what happens, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for some people. They wish they could get here. You got here a few times, but it's still a lifetime memory.
It really is. And we had the opportunity for the kids to do some different things, especially on that Friday, while we were waiting for the finals games, and I asked the kids if they wanted to do some different things, shop, hang out at the motel, go to the Hall of Pride, and almost every single one of them said they wanted to go watch the 4A semifinals. I know like I said, they knew some of the Des Moines East kids, and I know they knew some of the Iowa City West kids. So, it was a neat opportunity for them, and they all wanted to go watch the games. And with that Des Moines East Southeast Polk semifinal, what a great atmosphere that was to watch, and our kids just loved it. And they just really like basketball, so it was a nice opportunity to be down there, and we tell the union we'd love to come back every year if they'll have us.
Well, Coach, championships are won as a team, but you had some seniors that definitely deserve a lot of recognition, stepped up this year and showed that leadership as to win that state championship.
We do, and Ashley and Katie were both four-year starters for us. We actually went 8 years and only had 2 kids start at the point guard spot for us, so that's a pretty big luxury to have. But it's going to be really hard to replace those kids. And then Becca and Kendra, who didn't play maybe quite as much as the other two, I thought they did a really good job of helping us stay loose while we were down there at the state tournament. The vast majority of the kids that we have on the team are really serious kids. They're very serious about their athletics and their studies, and those two maybe are a little bit more happy-go-lucky and loose kind of kids. So it was, they showed their leadership in the way that we needed it to help just keep us ready for the game and not get too tense.
We're talking to Patrick Miller. He's the girls' coach for OA BCIG, the Falcons, the state champions. And paint the picture for us what it was like, the return home, the reception home. And again, in these towns, that you become an acronym and you've got the mergers. Where did you all congregate? Did they come from all the communities for the reception?
They did. We had it on. We had it on Sunday afternoon. We let the kids sleep in a little bit Saturday before we left the hotel and came back. And then Sunday afternoon, we had it. There was actually a little kids tournament in Odebolt on Saturday, which is why we didn't do it on Saturday. But I guess there's 250 people that welcomed us back on Sunday from all over, and from some neighboring communities too that aren't part of our district. We get as we went along in the tournament trail, and some of the other local teams were beat out. We got some following from places like Holstein and Cherokee, so it was nice to see those people down there, and the community is so special as far as the support we get from them, and the kids truly understand that, and they really take a lot of time to thank the people that are at the games and understand that it's a community effort. It's not just through the team.
You know, Coach, I was kind of curious. My nephew came down from Sioux City and played in that youth tournament at Odebolt, and I thought, geez, I think they should be having a celebration there. So I asked myself that question when my brother told me he was playing in Odebolt.
Yeah, well, how'd they do?
Not very well, but they had fun.
No, we knew that tournament was that day, and we worked with the AD and just decided to let them have that and not try and take away from that, and allow them to keep the focus on that tournament and then just have it the next day. And it worked out great.
Well, let's talk about Morgan Vandersloot. Here's a young lady who probably doesn't get mentioned enough, but you're going to definitely be looking forward to her to pick up some more of the slack next year. Averaged nearly 15 points a game. She had a solid tournament as well.
She really did. She averaged in double figures in points and then rebounded the ball very well, too. And she and Jesse, I know, have already started playing with their AAU program. They play with the Attack there out of Ames, and I know they practiced this past Thursday and then are practicing tomorrow and Sunday, too, down there. So, we're gonna expect some pretty big things from her. She'll handle the ball probably a little bit more for us and probably take a few more shots than they did. But, we also had some sophomores that had some really, really solid games down there. I think Kenzie Point was something like 7 for 10 from the field, and she didn't play huge minutes, but she shot the ball really well. And then Sky Schmidt came in that finals game against Estersville and went 3 for 3 from the field, including 2 for 2 from the three-point line. So we got a lot of kids that will play AAU basketball that have already started or will start this weekend, and Morgan will be one of those kids we depend on to do a few more things for us next year, as will some of those sophomores and another junior we have coming back, and Aaron Rasmussen, too.
Did you tell those girls that team you played in the championship game might be the team if you're good enough to play in the championship game again next year?
You know what? We'd be more than happy if you could tell us right now we're going to play them in the finals again. That'd be a great thing. But obviously Esterville's good, and they're a very young team, and physically probably a little bit bigger and stronger than we are, so that's something we know we need to improve on. And our kids realize that, too, and have already started working in the weight room, too.
Patrick, we certainly appreciate you taking time to join us on Friday Night Live. You've always been gracious before and after. And congratulations again to the girls, the community, the school. We know what a role you have in that school as well, and I'm sure it's been just a great couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, it has. It's been a great 8 years there for right now, and we really appreciate you allowing us to talk on the radio, too.
All right. Have a great weekend. Patrick Miller, of course, was just a tremendous success story, and we talked about, and all these communities that merge and the uniqueness of this day and age, too.
And last year they were disappointed. They came in as the team everybody thought had a shot at winning the state title. They kind of didn't play well in a few moments there and went away disappointed, but this year they came back with that one goal in mind, much like the Scarlets did of East, and won a state title. They've got something to hang their hat on for the rest of their lives. It's an outstanding performance by Odebolt-Arthur, Battle Creek, Ida Grove.
Hey, speaking of Des Moines East, we just had the girls here in the studio, and I want to thank, of course, Bennigan's out there on Army Post, the Fucalero's famous pizza. They had a cuzzy, Graziano sausage, pepperoni mushroom. They had the signature with Graziano sausage, pepperoni, peppers. They had the Fouquet, the pepperoni, Graziano sausage, mushroom, banana peppers, and the veggie. And they were all fabulous. And I'll tell you what, the girls absolutely loved it. What are you smiling at me for?
Nothing. I just
because you're still hungry.
Sounded good.
I know. But great pizza out there at Bennigan's on Army Post. And we want to thank Dave and his lovely bride for taking care of us tonight for the girls here from Des Moines East. Let's take a break. We'll be back here on Friday Night Live. Conversation with Jennifer Getz, the Davenport Assumption girls basketball coach on the Iowa Sports Connection Radio Television Network.